Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel 5 Minute Pediatric. Today I am not only giving mnemonics but some concept related to it. So watch till end. This video will help you in clearing PG entrance examination, clearing DNB and DNB theory and OSCE, and also this will help in clearing MD entrance examination. So watch till end and do not skip this video. So let's start with Downey score. Downey score is used to assess respiratory distress in case of term baby. Okay, the mnemonics is Sa-re-ga-re. Okay, Sa re ga re. So here Sa is cyanosis, Re is retraction, G for grunting, A for air entry, and again Re is for respiratory rate. So we have 0, 1, 2 score having given for this cyanosis. For 0 we have no cyanosis, no retraction, no grunting, air entry is all clear, and respiratory rate is less than 60. For 1 we have cyanosis in room air, and retraction in case we have mild, grunting that is audible with stethoscope. Okay, and air entry here is mild decrease in air entry, and rate is 60 to 80. For score 2 we need 40% of FiO2. In case of cyanosis, there is severe retraction of the chest, there is grunting that is even audible with audible, and air entry is markedly reduced or barely audible, and rate is more than 80 per minute. Okay, this is the Downey score, and we can easily assess how much child is having distress, and when the child is shift to further, what kind of management child is required. Next we have Silverman Anderson score. Silverman Anderson score. This score is also used to respiratory distress, but in case of preterm baby. Okay, here we have mnemonics as NICE X-ray, NICE, NICE X-ray. Okay, here we have N for nasal flaring, again I for intercostal retraction, C here again for chest movement, E for expiratory grunt, and here I have made X-ray, X for Gifford retraction. These two scores, Silverman and Anderson score, used to assess respiratory distress in newborn. Silverman for preterm baby and Downey is for term baby. Now one more thing, role of antenatal steroid and what is the dose. antenatal steroid dose given to mother. We give betamethasone, we give dexamethasone. B for BD and D for, here D is the 4 letter. Total dose is given to mother is 24 milligram. So 12 milligram IMBD and here 6 milligram IMQID. 4 doses. This is given to mother to improve lung maturation. Next we have surfactant. This surfactant composition is commonly asked in theory examination, even in the OSCE examination. So composition of surfactant is phospholipid, phospholipid 80%, 10% is lipid, mostly cholesterol, and 10% is protein, surfactant protein, around 10%. Out of phospholipid, we have most common phospholipid is dipalmitoyl phosphatidylcholine, PG, that is lecithin. Remember this is the most common. Other we have phosphatidylglycerol. Out of protein, which is most commonly asked, protein type SP surfactant, protein A, B, C and D. Okay, A and D both are hydrophobic in nature. Okay, and B and C is hydrophilic in nature. B for best, remember B for best. This is the most important protein and it is formed by type 2 alveolar cells, and this helps in reduction of surface tension. Okay, where A and D for defense. A activates macrophage and cause uterine contraction, and A and D responsible for defense mechanism. B is the best, means responsible for reduction of surface tension, and C also enhance function of phospholipid. So now we have surfactant, what we give in nursery if the child is preterm with respiratory distress. This mnemonics is CNS. CNS is Curosurf, N for Neosurf, or S for Surventa. Okay, the dose is 2.5 ml per kg, 2.5, 5 and 4. Okay, and NS. Okay, this is NS is the source of origin is bovine. NS source is bovine, means Neosurf and Surventa, and Curosurf source is porcine. So you can easily remember these are the three surfactant we are giving: Curosurf, Neosurf, Surventa. Dose is 2.5, 5 and 4 ml per kg. Next we have a score for HI. First of all, classification of HI. We have classification for HI, Levin classification for both term and preterm, both term and preterm. Okay, the mnemonics for this is we, as if the child is having HI, we assess CT, we assess CT, CT assess. C for consciousness, T for tone, S for seizure, and S for sucking or respiration. Okay, here similar we classify it into mild, moderate, and severe. In mild case consciousness we have irritable, in moderate we have lethargy, and in case of severe we have comatose. Tone, in mild we have hypotonia, we have marked hypotonia in moderate, and severe hypotonia in case of severe HI. And in seizure there is no seizure in mild HI, in moderate we have seizure, we have prolonged seizure in severe HI. And suckling, there is poor suckling in case of mild, there is unable to suck in case of moderate, and child is unable to sustain respiration in case of severe HI and needs ventilation. Next we have Thompson score. This score is very important. And we assess neurodevelopmental outcome with this score, and this score is also used for term baby. T for Thompson, T for term. Okay, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3 point and 0, 1, 2. So here is some confusion. So remember the mnemonics, and you can easily remember by this mnemonics. Here we have PLT. We write platelet in short form. Platelet R, here R, reflexly, fits, and find, in place of find put fontanelle, that is platelet R, reflexly, fits, and fontanelle. Okay, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3 PLT R, having all these four having maximum score of 3. So P for posture, L for loss of consciousness, T for tone, and R for respiration apnea. Okay, now we have platelet R, reflexly, fits, and fontanelle. So now reflex, fits, and fontanelle. 0, 1, 2 score, maximum 2 for these 3. Reflex we have 3, Moro, grasp, and other is suck. Okay, here maximum is 2 point. Fits, and last one is fontanelle. Maximum score is given, we have 22. If the score is more than 15, then the outcome is very poor. Next we have very important score, that is SARNAT staging. SARNAT and SARNAT staging. All the scoring system and mnemonics are made from very renowned book of pediatric, mostly from Nelson Colharty. And this scoring use more than 36 weeks of baby. With this scoring we can easily assess the outcome. Here we have stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. For stage 1 we have almost 98 to 90, almost 100% normal neurological outcome. Here mortality is less than 1%. And in case of stage 2 we have 20 to 30% of mortality, and stage 3 we have 50% mortality and 50% survival, having 100% poor neurological outcome. So let's start with the stage 1. Here we have mnemonics A to H. Okay, first of all is A we have autonomic instability. Here stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. First is autonomic function. Okay, in stage 1 there is sympathetic stimulation. Okay, all the manifestation related to sympathetic system stimulation we will see one by one. Here is sympathetic stimulation. In stage 2 we have parasympathetic stimulation, and stage 3 we have both system depressed. So remember, first stage sympathetic, second is parasympathetic, and third we have variable. Now we have B for bronchial and salivary secretion. B for bronchial and salivary secretion. Okay, as we know that sympathetic is mostly parasympathetic is mostly responsible for secretion. So here in stage 1 parasympathetic stimulation, so we have very less secretion or sparse secretion in stage 1. In stage 2, since parasympathetic is responsible for bronchial and salivary secretion, so here we have profuse. If the baby having profuse secretion, then suggestive of stage 2 HI. Here we have profuse, and here we have variable. Now C, let's come to C. Here C for consciousness, C for just spell seizure, also spell like seizure. So here we have seizure, consciousness and complex reflex. See here, C letter is C, so we have 3 points. Complex reflex. In stage 1, 2 and 3. Stage 1 consciousness, we have hyper alert baby. In stage 2 the baby become lethargic, and stage 3 we have stuporous. Now we have seizure. In stage 1 there is no seizure. Stage 2 we have focal or multifocal seizure, and here seizure is very much common. And stage 3 the seizure is uncommon, totally damaged brain, or having persistent seizure requiring multiple epileptic drug. Now we have complex reflex. Here we have suck, moro, oculovestibular and tonic neck reflex. All this you can check from the book. The video becomes too much lengthy. Next we have D for duration. In stage 1, 2 and 3. The duration is less than 24 hour. Here we have duration in days 2 to 14 days. Here is more than week. E, here we have E for I and E for EEG. Okay, I, as we know that in stage 1 there is sympathetic stimulus, so here we have in I mydriasis, and here we have stage 2 meiosis due to parasympathetic stimulation, and stage 3 we have variable response or unequal people. EEG normal in stage 1. Okay, here in stage 2 we have seizure. So early we have early voltage continuous delta and theta wave in stage 2, and later we have periodic pattern of EEG. In late stage we have again periodic pattern of EEG, and stage 3 later we have totally isopotential. Now we have F I remember for flaccidity, and flaccidity for neuromuscular control. Okay, stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Neuromuscular control we have tone, posture, stretch reflex and segmental myoclonus. Just go through the book. Again we have G for GI motility. We know that parasympathetic is responsible for diarrhea, dysentery, increased parasympathetic stimulation. So in stage 1 we have normal to reduce GI motility, sympathetic stimulation, stage 1. In stage 2 we have parasympathetic, so we have diarrhea, perfuse diarrhea or increased peristalsis, and stage 3 we have variable response, and H is heart rate. Similarly, stage 1 there is sympathetic, we have tachycardia. In stage 2 we have Brady, and stage 3 we have variable response. So again we revise: A for autonomic function, B for bronchial and salivary secretion, C for consciousness, seizure, and C for complex reflex, D for duration, E for EEG and E for I, F for flaccidity, neuromuscular control, and G for GI motility, H for heart rate. So you can easily remember through this mnemonics. You can easily write or even easily diagnose the child condition, whether in stage 2 or stage 1 or stage 3. Now we have one more thing: neuroprotective strategies in case of HIE. Strategies. Although the role of the drug is not defined, it is almost under trial. So here mnemonics we have: A for antagonist of excitatory neurotransmitter like NMDA receptor, or like ketamine or MK801. We have benzodiazepine receptor stimulation like Midaz. C for calcium channel blocker like nimodipine, nicardipine, magnesium sulfate. All are the neuroprotective strategies. Now we have D for dexamethasone, F for free radical scavenger like superoxide dismutase and allopurinol. This is the neuroprotective strategies follow if we suspect HI. Now other mnemonics we have causes of oligohydramnios. Oligohydramnios causes. I have made the mnemonics. Just oligo, we can read it aligo, ALIGO. Okay, aligo. A for AC inhibitor or ARB inhibitor. ARB AC inhibitor. Here L we have lung hypoplasia, as we can see in Potter's syndrome. I for IUGR baby, we have oligohydramnios. G for genitourinary abnormality, reduced fetal urine excretion. So we have genitourinary abnormality. And go here we have leak or rupture, prom history. These are the mnemonics for oligohydramnios. Similarly, for polyhydramnios we have poly means like many, MANI, M for maternal diabetes, A for achondroplasia, that is syndromic baby, trisomy 21, 18. N for neuromuscular disorder or non-immune hydrops. I for idiopathic. Idiopathic is most common cause of polyhydramnios. And I for intestinal atresia. Okay, these are the most frequently asked in PG entrance examination. These mnemonics may help you in passing even in OSCE examination. So hope you can easily remember all these mnemonics. Revise 2 or 3 times, you won't forget. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, kindly give comment and opinion regarding this. I will try to solve your queries. Thank you for watching my channel.